Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I am horribly late today, and I do apologize. I have been trying very hard to be on time. But this morning, after the news came out, because I did not watch Rachel Maddow last night, I've done some research. I've got names. I've got I did some readings just on the best way for me to deal with this, and how I can best serve you, how I can best help you. Because, hi everybody. The text messages sent to Mark Meadows, let's just say I'm not happy. I imagine you aren't either, but I am very unhappy. But we'll get there. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing because I actually care about people. Unlike these Republicans, I care about the future. I care about the needy. I care about those who are suffering. I want everyone to be as happy and healthy as possible, and I want everyone who legally can do so to vote. Because I also believe in democracy. Ricky says, and the star of the show, the winner of the snoring contest between Pumpkin and Boo Boos and Kitty. Boo Boos and Kitty, and you are absolutely correct. Only one of them snores. Yes. So, we are in this together. So, and I'm going to be here a while. I plan on being here a while. So I'm actually going to lower my standing desk and get my chair, because I vacuuming going on this morning. All right, am I going to crush anything? That would be bad. All right, hang on. Down we go. Oh. All right. Main floor. Tarot readings. All right. What are you? Why are you here? I don't know. All right, chair. Come on. Upsa daisy. There we go. Let's do this thing. All right. What a day. Knocked my camera. There we go. All right. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Okay. So, how are you guys feeling about all of this? What's going on? Thank you. I'm glad you guys like the overlays. Revolution Ricky says, Autumn, we're going with you in the muck. So, we're all with you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Darren's a sleeping cat on my huggy and lap. TT is such a wonderful boy. Oh. That's wonderful. It makes me happy. All right, that can go there. I was trying to print out what I'm giving to you guys and go into that later. Okay. Yes, thank you, Kathy Rollins. These messages should have been released before the midterms. Thank you. Renee says, I agree. I am as well. That is exactly how I'm feeling. Teresa Ford says there can be no justice without the truth. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Lady Eva says, I didn't see the thing about Meadows, but the SCOTUS thing really grinds my gears right now. Yes, I read on that, was it yesterday? And it looked like according to the cards, for what it's worth, it looked like they're not going to quite have the vote. They're going to come up short. I hope that's the case. And someone in the comments yesterday was saying that I shouldn't mention up at the top that no one who does this is 100% correct. You're not correct all of the time. They said that it lowers, you can feel it lowers the vibration. And to that, I would say, I think it's just the reality. Really? I don't have any stickers to put my nails on. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, that was a nice idea. It's going to be that kind of day. All right. I'll put these over here. Denise says the truth raises vibrations for those who value the truth. Yes, and I do not want, it isn't just a CYA kind of thing. I really do want people, I would be happy if tarot was something that more people felt comfortable doing. Oh, why not? Thank you so much. Thank you. I think it should be more accepted, and it should be, but with people who just when they begin reading, I find that people usually fall in one of two extremes. I think it's normal. They either have no confidence in themselves. They're like, this isn't real. This can't be happening. This isn't, they just, no. Or whatever they come up with, they think that's it. That's the truth. That's how it is. That's what's going to happen. And it's like, the truth is somewhere in the middle. And it depends how strong the energy is. And it depends on a lot of factors. So I just want to be honest, because I would very much like more people to use this. And if you want to say, it's your subconscious, if you want to say something, that's fine. I believe this is a spiritual practice, but to each their own. And I am not out to convert anybody to anything. So, all right. I really want to put my nails on. I would feel better if I put my nails on. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I'm discombobulated today. Hang on. This is most vexing, but we're going to get through it, and we're going to get through it together. All right. So I'll be right back. Sorry, I was still muted. Sorry. Thank you, Marby. Thank you. And I liked that. That was cute. Anne. Get your stickies. We will wait. You guys are so sweet. Sweet and salty. What type of nail does she use? She can change each day. They're press-on. I have a whole collection of press-on nails, and then I have these double-sided nail stickers, so I can switch them out every day, which I love. Okay, here we go. Kristen says, just in. Chairman Benny Thompson says the January 6th Select Committee is considering several different categories of referrals, including criminal, ethics, bar discipline, and campaign finance. Excellent. That makes me happy, because one of the things that was annoying me just a bit was this idea that the fear that the January 6th committee wasn't going to really come out legal guns blazing, and only legal guns blazing. You guys know I'm very much against the violence. So when we are, okay, I know I sound really harsh today, and I try not to, but it's just, I'm a little upset that these people did what they did, and they're going to have any power whatsoever in Congress in January. That's a big no. Joy says, I'm surprised the cards don't fly off. They're actually pretty good. They'll stay on all day. So all right. We're gonna get this sorted out. That goes there. This is. We're just going to hang out here for a minute, and I'm almost done. And then we'll start in, because there are going to be a lot of readings. There are going to be a lot of readings. Matter of fact, I don't even know how I'm going to timestamp everything. Because I have your readings, and then I have a bunch of stuff that I just want to know. I'm going to go through these individual people. And there's a long list. Lisa says, I think that we are also done with all of this. Just want this to be in the rearview mirror. Well, okay. And we need to talk about the astrology too. Like I said, buckle in. There are reasons why I was running so late this morning. I've got, it's on my phone, unfortunately, but I've got transit information about the United States, which is a little frustrating, but we'll get through it. It also has a bit of good news in it too. But anyway, okay. Kristen says, continued. Thompson said any referrals would include supporting evidence that would lay out the committee's case, which will matter for more to DOJ than the referral itself. Good. All right. So, where are my questions? All right, refresh. Yes, Betty, we have years of fighting this right-wing bull. Absolutely. And not going to take this lying down. Not going to just go, oh, well, nay. Mm-mm. Kathy PR says, can someone enlighten us about what happened? Okay, so at 13, we'll make this 13:30. All right, let me give you my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong or on any or all. So what happened was 2,319 texts, just a few, from Mark Meadows, to and from Mark Meadows, are now public. The Talking Points Memo got hold of them. Those 2,319 memos around Mark Meadows show 34 members of Congress texted him around January 6th about January 6th, fake electors, the possibility of Trump declaring martial law, urging Meadows to tell Trump to declare martial law. So the first question here is, will anyone be held accountable? So let's have a look. 34. Yes, Google Peace. Give me a T. Give me an R. Traitors. Martial law. And one of it, Rachel Maddow, because I saw a clip of what she was talking about last night. One of those idiots misspelled marshal. They used the wrong marshal. It's not like marshal like a policeman or a federal marshal who, does a lot of witness protection program. They're in charge of the witness protection program. No, it's Marshall, Martial. You flipping morons. And I would say it's an honest mistake, except you're in Congress and you are calling for it. Marshal, as in Mars, as in God of War, as in suspend the Constitution. Who needs it? Hello, Becca from House of Lenormand. My hair is on fire. My head is on fire. So yes, Marshall's like the store. Yes. Mel saying declare the Thorogood martial law. Yes. No. Marshall. Suspend the Constitution. So anyway, 34 Republican members. Just first, we're going to start with just an overview. Are any of them going to be held accountable? And these are just the people who were talking to Mark Meadows. This is just Mark Meadows. And they tell us a month after the midterm elections. Right, Sandy Miller. And the DOJ wanted to coddle these traitors by waiting until after the midterms. Ding. Well, right now they're sitting pretty as far as they're concerned. Wow. 2 of Cups, 4 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. All right. Those of you who are here all the time, I keep getting this. I keep getting someone being legally hemmed in, and I get Republicans having this out in the cold moment. There's a partnership amongst the Democrats. This could very much be how the January 6th committee, what they're about to come out with, could be what they're giving to the DOJ. This is my card for Mar-a-Lago. This is Trump's base of power, which is what this is about. And this is insult to injury, which is putting it mildly. Renee says, I think the DOJ is scared of a civil war. The way to stop a civil war from happening is for everyone to be equal under the law. For everything to be equal, above board. And then the conspiracy theorists, they can say whatever they want. But if everything is laid out, who are they? How many are from Florida? I have a list. Let me see. Will this list, okay, I've got 2 lists. I think this might be the beginning part of it. Let me see if I can put this in the chat. I might go over a couple of different, it might break up into a couple of different. It's split into 2 messages, but that's the beginning. And then there's, oh my gosh, Biggs, Kelly, Andy Biggs, Mike Kelly, Billy Long, Warren Davidson, Chip Roy, Brian Babin, Kevin Kramer, Mark Green, Louie Gohmert, Greg Murphy, Paul Gosar, Ralph Norman, Mike Lee, Kevin Brady, Scott Perry, Ted Budd, Tom Emmer, Jim Jordan, Richard Hudson, Jody Heiss, Barry Loudermilk, Ron Johnson, David Perdue, Rick Allen, Bob Gibbs, Mo Brooks, Mike Johnson, Ted Cruz, Marjorie Taylor-Greene, Barry, it goes on. There's more. There's more and more and more. So, Elizabeth F., how many of these 34 just got reelected? I know at least one of them was. Rachel Maddow was talking about it last night. So, like I said, I'm going to be here a while today because I'm going to do a whole bunch of readings on a whole bunch of different people. I've got questions from you. Buckle up. So this is going to be a little different from normal. So that's why I sat down too. So at 21:30, yeah, I agree, Kathy Odinson, none of the names are a surprise, but still 21:45. 21:45. Now that these GOP members of Congress will be in power, what will they be doing? Thank you, Lori. You're very sweet. Kelly says, well, what do we have here? All right, so GOP members of Congress. Card fell out. Hold, please. Ricky says all of these Republican representatives need to resign and be tried in courts. Yes, please. Devil card fell out. It's just like letting it all hang out. You know, it's funny, Becca from House of the Lenormand, do follow Becca from House of the Lenormand. She's awesome. Nobody's doing what she's doing. It's amazing. But anyway, Becca, I think I may have mentioned this before. I'm not sure, so I'll just mention it again. I remember somehow I saw your astrology chart once. I can't remember when or how or whatever, but if I remember correctly, you've got Pluto on your ascendant, and your ascendant is how you present yourself to people. Pluto is the god of the underworld. So I just find it absolutely hysterical that you're like, let me be the devil. It's like right there in your astrology, which is hysterical. So I think that's fantastic. Thank you, Belray. Thank you, everybody. Mel says you're going to need the devil card and the fool card for most of the readings. I'll bet. Yeah. Oh, I like that, Lori. Annette calls them the Nationalist Republican Party. That is totally accurate. So these jerks, here's the thing. Please keep in mind, and it's one of the main reasons I'm here, so we can go through the news together. They don't have the power they want. They can't pass laws. They could hold up things. They can have committee hearings, but they don't have the power to pull off the extreme stuff that they were planning, that they were hoping for. Kathy Huntington says, in the chat, please watch the South bashing. The criminal representatives do not represent all of us. We are not all fascists here. I'm in North Carolina. Please do not bash the South. My bestie Sarah is in Louisiana. You guys too. I mean, you're down there. The very definition of good people. So no, be nice. Be nice. And it's not just them. It's not just them. No, there was a list here. Who what was this? It was Fred Keller from Pennsylvania, Bob Gibbs from Ohio, Ron Johnson from Wisconsin, Jim Jordan's Ohio, Scott Perry's Pennsylvania, Gosar's out in Arizona, Kevin Kramer's in North Dakota, Warren Davidson's in Ohio. I mean, it just goes on and on. So when I lived in Wisconsin, I so wished I could do something to help get rid of Ron Johnson. I voted, but alas, star. They think this is their moment, and it doesn't feel. Oh, it's like you're walking in thinking, they think they're walking in there. We're the stars now. We have the power. We're going to. It's like, no, you're going to be under the harsh, flat, those old-fashioned. Remember the old-fashioned cameras with the flash bulbs? Be like super bright, and then you'd have to like replace it immediately. Old-fashioned flash bulbs, which is not good. Unless you've come to me asking about a movie premiere. Yes, Melbourne Broussard, sunlight is a fabulous disinfectant. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Four of Swords, Death card, Three of Wands. They're going to try so much. They're going to have their little committees. They're going to go after the son of the president who is a former addict. Big deal. They don't have the power, and this death card is hanging over them in the same way this star card feels like it's not a good thing. And you know, Klieg lights, yes, Nancy. Klieg lights, that's good too. This is not going to go the way they want to. And you know, I've been reading on this over, and I've been getting the same answers over and over and over. Republicans don't stay in power. I just keep getting that. So Becca's saying a 2-year clown show, then they'll lose their small majority again in the next election and wonder what happened. Wash, rinse, repeat. I've been getting that they lose. It doesn't have to go to the next election. I've been getting that some stuff happens and they actually lose the majority at some point in these coming couple of years. I just keep getting, we're going to do the thing. Oh, we don't have the power. And then it's just celebrating Democrats, happy Republicans losing power, Republicans out in the cold. I don't know. So that's what I keep getting. Becca says, watch out for MTG and her gazpacho police. Everyone's going to get soup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we probably should look at the... I could show you guys a free way to look up if anybody's into astrology. We could talk a little bit about that too. the transits and progressions going on right now. Nancy Ellen is saying, can't believe Jack Smith won't act. He's pretty awesome. Okay. So at 30 minutes, at 30, say 30:15, let's do that. Jack Smith and the DOJ started issuing subpoenas last night for all communications to, from, and involving Clark County, Nevada officials and the Trump campaign and hangers-on like Sidney Powell. Will he get what he needs? Oh, friend, you're telling me my dream come true that all of the Republicans who were part of January 6th finally going to come true. What I'm getting is, what I've been getting is they lose power in the House. My hopes are not 100% that they're all going to be held accountable, but I think some of them will. That's what I get. So, all right. Jack Smith and DOJ started issuing subpoenas for all communications to, from, and involving Clark County, Nevada officials and the Trump campaign and hangers-on like Sidney Powell. Will he get what he needs? Exactly, Becca. Gazpacho soup to go with her peach tree dish. I'm glad I've got this pad out so I don't crack my skull beating my head on the desktop. Oh, lucky girl, thank you for today's grim bleeper swear jar. 3 of wands. That's good. Well, this is the plan, and this is getting the stuff out there. And he's gotten right to work. I mean, he's not messing around. There's a plan, and he's gonna work it. Go, Jack. Ace of Cups, 8 of Swords, 7 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 3 of Wands. Are they going to get what they need? Well, Jack Smith has dealt with a lot worse than these jerks. He's dealt with monsters who put these people to shame, believe it or not. And a lot of them, it feels like a lot of officials, it isn't even always going after, if these people are communicating with somebody, you don't even necessarily have to go after them entirely. It's people around them may volunteer. Seriously, I think there might be a handful of people who are like, he sent me some messages. How about I just pass these along to the DOJ? Here, these are the messages I got from him. They try to throw up this fog, throw up this chaff, but they already have, the DOJ, they already have a huge amount of information. All the evidence is actually laid out. And so it feels like the feeling I'm get is a metaphorical. Jack shows up, takes the stuff, walks away, and then they are left watching after him like, what's going to happen now? Have you heard anything? I haven't heard anything. Well, he left. He left a couple of days ago. What's going on? What's he doing with that? They've already got most of the pieces. You'd best cooperate, because you're not going to be able to duck and dodge your way out of this one. That's what it feels like. So, Oma, Sheila the Quilter. Sounds like there's more work than Jack can do. Or is there an army of Jacks? Oh, I wish. We wish. Okay. Dasher. Dasher. Stop. 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 Thank you. Returning to dog. Okay. Apple. More searches. Hang on. Who just said Mueller was never a hero? No, I disagree with that. He was a Marine in Vietnam. That man is a hero. I'm going to disagree with you on that one. That man is absolutely a hero. He was incredibly courageous. He very much put his life on the line. He took care of these men, and he came back and still spoke out against the war. Bless you, sir. Bless you. And he was seriously compromised by Bill Barr, and his health is not good. So, okay. Yes, Mueller report now. I'm with all of you guys. Yes. So, all right. 3546. 3540, 30, 36. 36. All right, let's do 36. 36. The D.C. Court of Appeals is hearing a case concerning what kind of charges can be pressed against people in regard to the aftermath of January 6th. Obstruction charges in regards to the congressional investigation seems most likely, and it has been questioned whether or not that can include Trump as well. Yeah, yes it can. Yes it can. Period. No one's above the law. No one's special. Or everybody, you know what I always say to you guys. You are as special as I am. It's like a table full of Fabergé eggs. Every single one of them is precious. Some are more ornate, some are more minimalist. Some are in sparkling, kind of almost fake conditions. Some are barely, holding it together, but they're authentic. All different kinds, every one of them precious. But that also means everybody's on the same level. So, D.C. Court of Appeals hearing a case concerning what kind of charges can be pressed against the people in regard to the aftermath of January 6th. Obstruction. Who it can include. Dave says they should not have given Mueller such a huge lead up. They should have emphasized how limited his authority was. He tried, but it's Bill Barr who nobody thought Bill Barr would do what he did. Matter of fact, isn't it Neil Katyal who wrote the new legislation for ongoing or for special counsels in future? And even he didn't foresee the Attorney General of the U.S. betraying the country for political power. And to bolster his pet theory of the unitary executive theory, which is that presidents are kings. Sit down. Okay. 4 of Swords. Well, they're putting it through the courts. So at least there'll be some kind of discussion about it. Page of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. 3 of Swords. 2 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles. No, this is going to hurt because you can't if you have people, if you're in Congress, you can't be held accountable for an insurrection. That goes against everything. And you and I know that, and we're against all that garbage. But this feels like a legal ruling. They thought they could do what they want. They're trying to kick down all the norms. But this is a legal ruling of heartache. That their communications, if you can prove that they were thieves, then they're thieves. So at least things are moving in the right direction. But why, at 40, why did this only come out after the midterm elections? All of the text messages. Because people should have known this. Maggie Who says part of the charges should be perjury for not upholding the Constitution. Well, I mean, for breaking their oath, there should be something to that. Why now? Why? I mean, obviously they want some of this stuff out before the January 6th committee has their big meeting and the final report comes out and what have you. But this is stuff we should have known. And voters should have known this before. Three of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, we're a bit irate. Apple, I agree. Violation of duty. Lisa says, I guess the DOJ didn't want to look political. Calling for martial law and overthrowing of the government, I think we're beyond it being political. Five of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. They had this information. 10 of Cups, Hanged Man, Strength. They had this information. They had this information. And the people on the right, they knew what they'd sent. They knew what was in the messages they sent. They knew what they were talking about. And they were worried. You know, there was talk that Donald Trump was going to be arrested January 7th for being a part of it and all this stuff. And nothing happened. January 20th came and went. Nothing happened. Michael Cohen was convicted, was indicted, tried, convicted, and served out his entire sentence for a crime that benefited Donald Trump. He's still swanning around. So they've been emboldened because they have not been held accountable. But this looks like things being put out there, and then I do have a suspension. I do have a people being strung up by their heels and the strength to tame the beast. And this is Major Arcana. So we are going to get to the other side of this, and we're going to be a lot happier. We're going to feel a lot more. We're going to feel like our democracy is safer. But right now, I know I'm not the only one. I'm like you. I'm outraged. I'm trying to find nice words to use, because this, yeah, I could swear up a storm on this one. Matter of fact, I did earlier. I talked to Sarah, and I was like, okay, you're gonna have to excuse me. And she's like, go ahead. And she's like, Roxy says, outraged is good. Apple says, I'm so angry. Lady Eva says, grim bleeper, grim bleeper, grim bleeper. Yes. Elizabeth M is outrage is a genteel synonym. Yes. Kathy Rollins is saying, it's like, who can you trust? I think it was a huge betrayal. Yes. And Menzie, just say grim bleeper, grim bleeper. Yes. But I have never once picked up that we are going to lose our democracy. We're not. We're going to get through this. Seriously. It didn't work. It didn't work then. It's not going to work now. These jerks are not. They do not have the power they think they have. And you saw what happened with inflation the way it was, with Democrats control, in theory, controlling both houses of Congress and the presidency. We'd have, in the immortal words of our beloved, seriously beloved Barack Obama, thank you, sir. We should have gotten shellacked, and we didn't. Elizabeth says 34 are only 7.8% of the House. Some of them were senators. Fran says, is McCarthy one of them? One of whom? Larry says, you and others have said the Republicans will not keep the majority in the House. Well, Becca from House of Lenormand, it sounded like she was saying that they would, but that they'd lose during the next election. So, and this is why I tell you guys, this is a spiritual practice, but you don't let your head get big. Oh, I am a prophet. No, you're not. You're like everybody else, and we're all connected. But if it was as clear as a television station that broadcast it, oh, excuse me. Okie dokie. William says, Miss Autumn loses it. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you, Mel. Marie says, what's shocking is how did we go from Obama to then Trump? Oh, the same reason that if you look at the presidents who came after Abraham Lincoln, racist as the eye could see, racism as far as the eye could see, until you got to Grant, who had his problems, but man, that man was charming. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you. See, bless you for Gina Como. Anyway. What? No bless you for Gina Como. All right. Okay, this is. Let's move on to the absurd at 48:20. Oh, dear great Gussie. Trump is reportedly writing a book, which basically means he's dictating and he's making somebody else do all the work. He's reportedly writing a book about his interactions with celebrities and world leaders. Hobnobbing with the rich and famous, you know. Oh, you know how it is. Really, that's what he thinks is the most important thing. Not leadership, not challenges faced. No. My interactions with celebrities. Says the person who has his son in the 10th house of status. And says, wow, I can't decide whether to LOL or barf. I deeply, deeply apologize to all of the Canadian trees that are going to die in the printing of this book. I know it feels like your deaths were absolutely in vain, but we just, people, big readers, book people like us, we salute your sacrifice and we apologize. Oh, all right. So he's a book, huh? Okay. The question here is, will he try to include state secrets? No, I wouldn't think that at all. I mean, some might slip out, but I don't think he'd do that because he's not going to make he's not going to make extra money for revealing state secrets in a book. He'd get more money selling that information directly. Will any publisher touch his book for fear of libel charges? Oh, yeah. Oh, they're far-right publishers. Oh, yeah. All right, so Trump writing okay, he's having somebody write a book for him while he spouts off. Basically, he's going to sit down with a ghostwriter and he's going to spout off about how great he is and about all the celebrities and world leaders and how they're saying, sir. Blech. Fool. Trump, you idiot. Lives says, well, we won't need to worry about a toilet paper shortage, although the pieces might be a bit scratchy. Oh, you know Macron's going to be in it. You know. And Macron's going to be like, pourquoi? Perfect timing for that card. The Fool, yes. Knight of Pentacles. Well, he's also seeing this as a money-making opportunity. It's a win-win. He gets to spout off about how important he is, and in theory, he makes more money, and he's desperate for money. So, the Emperor. It's. Okay. He needs the money. He's still mad that he can't, that the super celebrities, the A-list celebrities think he's trash, because he is trash. That has nothing to do with celebrity. He is a trash human being. Donald Trump is a trash human being. But he's still mad about that because he's supposed to be so important. This feels like the book. It's like printing out copies and then like sending it around for people to review, or trying to get people to write reviews, or a special forward by the biggest celebrity he can find. And it's just like, oh no, thank you, no, no. Will he find a publisher? Oh, heck yeah. He'll find a publisher. But is this going to have the response that he wants? No, because what he wants is ridiculous. Sin Page says it'll give him something to do in prison. Although, to dream. Becca says a good book to ban. No. Yes, no, at the Volpe, that's a given. The Republican Party buys many cases to make it go to number one on the bestsellers list. Absolutely. Guaranteed. Dasher, don't come in here. Go on. Sorry. Dasher's being loud. Ugh. Betty is saying they buy all... Hang on. Dash. Seriously, dude. All right. And I return with provisions. Provisions appropriate to Donald Trump. Okay. So, Lucky Girl says, what, you have Santa's reindeer visiting you? Oh, no, that's just what I named the the vacuum. Yeah. And my parents need some help too. So I saved up and I got one for up here, but there's one downstairs, and then there's a mop thing downstairs too. So it's Dasher, downstairs is Blitzen, and then the mop is Comet. Because I'm a nut. It was more money than I wanted to spend, but it's definitely been worth it and it's really helped them. So we're Dancer and Prancer. I hope it doesn't go beyond this, because I had to scrape money together to get the three I've got. 10 of Pentacles, World, and Star. Delusions of popularity. Oh, dude. What are you thinking, you narcissistic? Oh, Lucky Girl says the mop is Comet. That's too priceless. Yeah. Those of you who grew up with Comet Cleaner. That's the reality. It's not going to sell like he wants. It's not. But he thinks, oh, look how glorious I am. Yeah. Bye. Shell Cook said they're pricey. I did get some good deals. I will say that. So. Whew, Mama Bear said, I've been wanting to get those vacuums, but I have huskies and their hair might be too much. Oh, wow. Well, for what it's worth, the Shark, I've got the Shark robe. I can't, the Roombas were just way out of my price range, but the Shark ones are great because it does because I've got the crazy long hair. So it something about the way the head spins that it breaks up longer hair and stuff like that. And I don't have to clean it out anywhere near just like a regular vacuum. I don't have to, I've got a stand-up vacuum too. And it's the Shark. Best money I ever spent. Yeah. Shark all the way for me. Because it can handle 2 cats and this. So. Okay. Aw, Lady Eva says, when I was doing chemo, oh bless, I used to call the IV stand Fido. The other patients thought I was nuts. I think that's brilliant. Come on, Fido. Yes. Jolene says sharks work great on pet hair. There we go. Cindy says I have a Dyson pet hair. Works great. I had a husky and an Australian collie. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. You guys are so great. All right, let's do some of these other questions, and then we'll look at the U.S. and the other stuff. B. Smith says sharks the only vac not to die by cat and dog hair. I know, right? All right, at 1 hour in. Lori had a question, and some of these have been pushed off for a couple of days. So some of them are from like yesterday, some are from the day before. But they're important. So I do get there. Your questions are very important to me. So Lori was asking, could you tell us about Mitch McConnell and if his SCOTUS appointments will destroy any legacy he would have had? Is that what he's going? He says that's That's what he's most proud of. Is the heinousness of this court. Is that going to destroy any chance of a decent legacy he would have had? Oh, sweet and salty. I'm so sorry about your poor little husky. McConnell. Ugh, makes my skin crawl. His circulation is terrible, but you don't need me to tell you that. Ugh, jeez. So my legs just cramped up. All right. Mitch McConnell's legacy. Page of Wands. Okay. Three of Wands, Emperor. Oh no. Okay, there's going to be some of that where he stopped Merrick Garland getting on the Supreme Court, but it's his protection of Trump. That's his legacy. Big time. Bigly. Bigly. The fact that he chose these extremist justices, that's politics. But the fact that he kept a president's choice from even getting a hearing, that will be part of the legacy, but the center of it is Trump. The man was impeached twice, and you protected him both times. You protected this orange monster. That's McConnell's legacy. So, all right. Judy had a question at 1:02:30. You know, I think McCarthy might be the only one who's on the right who's even remotely sort of tiny bit happy about the release about the Mark Meadows messages, because at least people stop talking about how he betrayed the MAGA members of his own caucus, contacting Twitter and telling Twitter to ban them. His own right wing, own right wing of his caucus. But now people aren't talking about that. A look at the Speaker of the House race. What are McCarthy's odds looking like now? Mr. Mediocre, come on down. I'll wait. You do everything so in such a mediocre fashion. Hanged Man. Oopsies. This is really getting the workout, isn't it? Oh dear. Three of Swords, Justice card, Ace of Wands. These are not cards about the speakership. Suspension, like Republicans aren't the speaker, or it could be that it's just not him. But I've got Justice card right there. With all this legal stuff coming, I've got Justice here. I've got the Three of Swords just right through the heart, metaphorically. And then I have the far right coming at McCarthy because they want someone more extreme. It's not looking good for him at all. And it couldn't happen to someone who more spectacularly failed upwards. This was not. If anyone says we're no longer a racist country, and we're no longer a patriarchy, I give you 2 words: Kevin McCarthy. If mediocre white males if we were truly a meritocracy, I don't know if he could make it, I don't know if he could be mayor in some small town. Anyway. Marie Sun says, I wonder what McCarthy will do if he changes channels. If he loses his speakership, will he change channels? I don't know what you mean. Let's look at it. 106. 106. 6. What will Kevin McCarthy do if he loses the speakership, which he does not deserve to have in the first place, considering, I know, I've said it a million times. Lucky Girl says that was one sad siren sound when you said that. Perfect. Shockwave says, on breaking news, House GOP divided over whether McCarthy should give in on motion to vacate. What, they want to hang out? They want to hang out for Christmas? McCarthy. Yeah, Nationalist Republican Party. We're definitely using that one. Yes, Fran, exactly. McCarthy did it all to himself. He so wants to get in there and do stupid stuff about like Hunter Biden and 10 of Wands, justice again. Is it just me, or I'm shuffling? I'm shuffling. Am I not shuffling? Okay. Those of you who are relatively new around here, I get cups for Democrats. I get pentacles for Republicans. I get wands for the far right. And then I generally get swords for like legislation or law or communications or something like that. Why? It started about a year before it was early in the year in the 2020 election year. Sometime that spring, my cards just started splitting out that way. It's like, okay. And they've been doing that ever since. Lori says, cards are speaking out loud today. Yes. Rochelle says, I saw you shuffle. Exactly. This is the burden of the far right. It's just crushing. And it's right next to the justice card. Hemmed in. Legally. All this coming in. In my own decks that I am designing, I'm making 2 changes. One in particular, which is, since swords are air signs and they are the signs of communication, I don't understand why the minor arcana card of communication is the 2 of Wands. That's a fire sign. And this is being hemmed in, which would be a motion thing, which would be fire signs, which would be motion, which would be movement. So I'm switching them. And I've done many readings. I've had another reader who was kind enough to do a reading to see, is it just me? Should I just not do this? But he was like, no, do it. It's like, okay. So this is in my decks, this is a card of communication. And this is the burden of all of their communication, but there is some legal being hemmed in. This is for some reason, I get queens as can be a group. group of Republicans who are feeling very beaten up because of the burden of the garbage that they did. Sorry about that thing in the middle. It's kind of diversion and back. Lori says Annette Dion coined the Nationalist Republican Party last night. Oh, cool. I've heard it before, but I think that's awesome. I think that is absolutely awesome. Sweet and Salty says garbage is still going to be garbage regardless of how much you shuffle. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Eileen had a question about the Dominion lawsuits. Those are nothing to sneeze at. They're not kidding. Dominion, they are not playing. And why should they? Sorry, dry eyes. Okay. Dominion accuses Fox of destroying emails from stars Hannity, Ingraham, and others, is asking to issue an order finding that Fox acted recklessly or with the intent to deprive Dominion. What will be the outcome? Outcome of the case? Outcome of this part of the case? I think we should look at the outcome of the case because it's not the battle that matters, it's the war. Who wins the war, I think. Becky Rollins says Rupert Murdoch is testifying today. Funny, just as you said that. I cut the deck and burn the death card. Yeah, it might not go so well for him. Oh, yeah. All right. Dominion versus Fox. There's this great meme out there. It's a man standing next to a graph. There's an X, there's you've got your X and your Y axis, and you can plot a point that is, so much of this versus so much of that. And for the legend of, what this represents, there's blank around and then there's find out. I think the Republicans might kind of regret saying, yeah, we can say anything we want. Let's just bulldoze Dominion. They don't matter. It's like, that may not have been a good idea because it's a whole group of Republicans and potentially could be really nasty. All right, let's see. Dominion versus Fox. Yeah, they're finding out now, Teresa Ford. Exactly. 8 of Swords. 2 of Wands. Star. Queen of Swords. Ace of Swords. Investigation brings out the truth. Fox has tried to duck out of this whole thing, but this is their communication. It's a big deal. Investigation reveals the truth. Investigation reveals the truth. Okay, they reveal the truth, but does Fox get in trouble for the truth? Sweet and Salty says, what will happen to Tucker Carlson? I'm sorry to report, I've never picked up on anything bad happening to Tucker Carlson. And I don't mean bad, like I certainly do not wish him ill. That is not. You know me? Anyone who's been around for 2 seconds knows I am very much anti-violence. And no, nay, not in politics. There should be zero violence in politics. I just mean he basically at some point just retires and goes and rolls around in his, vault of coins like Scrooge McDuck or whatever. But he may have to retire. Let's see. Dominion and Fox. All right, the truth will come out, but I wonder how good their discovery was. I wonder how much internal communication they were able to get hold of. Knight of Cups. All right, Queen of Swords, King of Wands, Three of Wands, Queen of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. This investigation, it's like walking past, in some in some big museums, you can get these canvases that are just massive. It'll cover a whole wall. Rembrandt, some of Rembrandt's stuff is just like life-size figures, and they go on for miles. It feels like it's like this investigation. They go through about Trump, about the, what do you mean Democrats when we have to say they won't? This is the group of people who are supporting the king. This is Trump's legacy as he wanted it. So I've got this just going past. It's like, and this happened, and then there's this, and it's all very vivid. So I don't know why I'm not getting a result. Like, what is there a jury? Is it decided by the judge or the jury? Because Kristen has some news from Ukraine. Is that the Wagner group? The Wagner group? Please tell me the mercenary, cruel people just pulled a Stewie Rhodes on themselves. Smith says this feels more like Bruegel or Bosch. It is seriously the Wagner group. Aren't they the extremists, the cruel blankety blanks? Yeah, you know me. I don't think violence should be in politics. But if you've decided your job is mercenary, oh my gosh, what have they been accused of? What haven't they been accused of? Think of the worst things you can possibly think of. That's what they've been accused of. And if they were going to do something heinous and they accidentally blew themselves up, I'm not going to be upset about that one bit. Thank you. Your Darwin Award is in the mail. Oy, okay. I'm not getting a final outcome. It's all laid out so clearly. Queen of Pentacles. So it's not just one, it's not just like Murdoch himself. There were a lot of people involved in pushing these stupid conspiracy theories. I'm getting a weight. I'm not getting the answer. I'm getting the there's also going to be something else, some prosecution. Do not underestimate Wheel of Fortune. A pivotal moment's coming. Is this Jack Smith stuff? That he can prove stuff so Dominion can go back to some of these people or something? But I'm not getting, but the truth will win out. That's what I'm definitely getting that. Okay, Eileen, 1/2015. 1/2015. How will Marjorie Taylor-Greene react if McCarthy does not get elected as Speaker of the House? Well, she doesn't like him. Isn't that the case? Wouldn't she be delighted? Tower, they're fighting amongst themselves. Please, I'll go get some popcorn. Everybody, we'll just come over here. Come over here. We're going to stand back. We're going to stay out of their way. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, wow. That was quite the burn. Yeah. Oh, have you seen those two over there? Oh, man. 7 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords. Right in the middle of this, Democrats. Right in the middle of this. There's talk that some Republicans were actually going to try to get some moderate Democrats to vote for a Republican to be Speaker. Fruits of labor. Marjorie Taylor-Greene. Oh my gosh. I get from her, she's so excited. She's so excited. It's Christmas. It is the Christmas of all Christmases for her. She's just so excited they're going to get in there, and they're going to attack Hunter Biden. They're going to do all this stuff, and it doesn't quite work out the way she wants. But they're going after each other, and it's not going so well. So in the short run, she'd be happy, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not going to go well. Mm-mm. Yes. Oma Sheila the Quilter. Get out the lawn chairs. There's about to be a train wreck. Mm-hmm. As long as no one gets actually hurt. Please. Go ahead. Be my guest. Do you need, can I do anything for it? Can I get you some lemonade? Yes, Kathy DeLisle. Popcorn for everybody. Lady Eva says, I'm going to ask my cards if Marjorie Taylor-Greene will get caught up in this. I'm curious. Caught up in the January 6th Meadows thing or the Speaker of the House thing? Because I'm going to be reading a lot. That's why I'm sitting down. Because I'm about to start pulling names out of that list and start reading on what's going to happen to them individually. Oh, Kristen News. Bombing of Putin's most feared fighters infuriates Russia. Oh no, this calls this. Okay, you gonna run an ad? Or are you just gonna let me use the thing? That was not what I thought it would be. Sorry about that. We want, oh, the storm's nice, but no, I was looking for this. Yes, that's what I was after. Oh, the killers are dead. Darn. Bye. Ugh, okay. Rochelle, I'm not gonna cover that today, I'm afraid. We've got so much else to cover, and I kind of want to stay more on topic, but please, Do keep asking questions, please. Okay, and Martin, I'm not going to be looking at I'm not going to be looking at that, right, too much international. I'm only going to cover one, and I'm sorry, but do keep asking questions, everybody. Sorry if I don't cover all of them. There is a question here from Diane, though, since it came up. Let's just read on this briefly, and then I'm going to swing back to the McCarthy, the people sending McCarthy treasonous, seditionist garbage on January 6th around then. But first at 1:26. Putin is not holding his annual news conference this year. What's really behind that decision? Well, he's so sick. I just got the deck, got the Judgment and the Four of Pentacles. He's afraid of being judged for weakness before. He's not well. And it will not break my heart when he's gone either. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you. His strength is completely disappearing. He is declining rapidly. Judgment. He's afraid of judgment. Page of Swords. King of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Four of Cups. He doesn't want to give Ukraine and the West reason for hope. He knows he'll be judged. This is a card I get for Trump sometimes too, or back when he was in office, because that's kind of how he saw himself, 100 feet tall and with really impressive hair. Putin likes to give that kind of shirt off, tough guy, super successful, working hard, but the reality, so he's just not going to give the other side any, not ammunition, but metaphorical ammunition. So, yeah, it's to the point. I mean, his energy is toxic waste. So you kind of have to kind of look down at it like, okay, do I really want to read on that? How's it looking? Does it look grosser than, does it look more gross than normal? How you doing, Putin? Sandy Miller says, my 6-month-old grandbaby, got tickled by the sound effects and loves the sound of shuffling. I sense a future tarot reader. That's awesome. Decisions, and you make terrible decisions because you're a monster. Ye of serial killer energy. Oh, look, a thief. Ace of Wands. Aggressive bludgeoning. Queen of Wands. Oh, with the bludgeoning minions. Page of Wands. Yeah, it's not going so well since you're conscripting people to go do the fighting and they're not armed properly, or a lot of them don't have socks and basic foodstuffs. Fail. Epic fail. Loser, you are a loser. Putin is just crash and burn. Francis, oh my gosh, the mental image of Putin without a shirt just turned my stomach. I'm sorry. He is gross. He is incredibly gross. Okay. All right. So we've covered the questions that you guys brought, and some I had. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so I've done 12 questions. Now I want to swing back to look at specifically at some of these heinous human beings, especially some big names. So let me grab Senator Ted Cruz, Jordan. I'm not going to read it all 34 of them. That's just not. I like myself more than that. But I definitely read on some of these jerks. All right, Cruz, Jordan. What else have we got here? I want some of the big names. Let's look at Gohmert. I don't know why I keep forgetting Gohmert's from Texas. Then again, it's so hard to keep track of everybody. There are so many of them. Gosar, usual suspects. Gosar. I'm not going to look at Mike Lee because he ultimately did not vote to object to the election results. I'm not saying he's lovely. I'm just saying I've only got so much energy and Ron Johnson. Yeah. So I'm at 5. Hang on. Thank you, Kelly B. Thank you. You could look at Mel Brooks. And Ted Cruz. He's at the top of the hit parade. Marjorie Taylor-Greene. Calling for martial law. MARSHLL. Jeez. Any other women? Seriously, Cynthia Loomis from Wyoming's on here too. Obviously, there are a lot more men than women because sexism, alive and well. Man, oh day. All right, I've got 7 names. Let's go down the list. So these are the people, their messages to Mark Meadows. And I want to know every message associated with each one of these people. I want it all coming out. I want to know what Marjorie Taylor-Greene was doing. Considering she walked out of a meeting with Trump on January 5th and said, this is going to be our 1776. Suburban Housewife, thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. Okay. At 1:34:30, we're going to start with Cruz. Free snowflake. Ted Cruz. Are you going to be held accountable for your actions on January 6th and around that time? Ted Cruz. Oh, Oh, is Dave leaving? Have a good day, Dave. I got a justice card for him. So oh man, 7 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Judgment. Oh my gosh, that man, would you like some cheese and crackers with that wine? All right, and you have to understand astrologically, his Chiron, which is it's an asteroid, and it is the wounded healer. It is this wound that you carry that will not heal. It's supposed to give us some humility. It's supposed to give us some empathy. Chiron himself had a wound that would not heal, so he became a healer and he helped many others. Okay. Ted Cruz's Chiron is just by aspect, it's just locked into his sun. It's a very sense of self. That's why when you get around him, there's something about him that's just pathetic and whiny, because he will not grow. So you just get him on the defensive, trying to kick down Democrats' efforts, the big mess around January 6th, fruits of labor. He's just swanned on his way, but I've got a big old judgment card at the end. And I've got a justice card for the reading. So that doesn't bode well for him. Yeah. So, oops, sorry. Let's go on to Jim Jordan. Isn't it George Clooney? Isn't he coming out with a documentary about what happened with Jim Jordan and him not helping those poor boys on the sports team? All right, so 138, Jim Jordan. 138. You're going to be held accountable for your contributions to January 6th. Seriously, Jim Jordan, I could roll my head, roll my eyes so hard they just like roll out the back of my head. Thank you, Kristen. Huge breaking news. January 6th, Select Committee announces a public hearing for Monday, December 19th. Final report would come out 2 days later. Do we have a time yet? Monday, December 19th. I will be live, whatever time of day it is. Lori, do you become a patron through a member through Patreon? No, it's separate. It's right next to it's on YouTube. It's right next to the subscribe button. It should say join. That's how you become a member. So you can use the emojis and it'll show up here. Patreon is different. Patreon is for the monthly Patreon Tarot Social that we get together for 2 hours. So Monday, December 19th at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's noon Central, so I'll be going on like 15 minutes early. And yeah, be on here as long as it takes. Monday the 19th, that's Monday. Cool. 6 days. It's during the day, I'm afraid. Okay. Jim Jordan. Fruits of labor. Oh yeah, he thinks he's all that. Betty Harper points out December 21st is the solstice. Empress, darkest night of the year. Empress, or bright, if you're wonderful people in the southern hemisphere, brightest day of the year. Empress, Hermit, King of Cups, Knight of Cups, Chariot. Excuse me, Mr. Jordan, what were you doing? You're not even here. You're not even in this reading. This is everyone coalescing to go after you. You're like, you're on the card for the reading. You're not even on the board. This is scrutiny. This is America. This is scrutiny. This is Joe Biden and his administration. This is Democratic knights going forward to enforce the kind of rules of the realm. And here's Chariot, which is a big parade type of law enforcement. That does not look good for you. Yikes. Follow one that says a pox on gym socks. As long as it's not literal. I think that's very, very funny. Okay. Louie Gohmert. What is, seriously, help me out. What's the difference between Louie Gohmert and Paul Gosar? I mean, aren't they pretty much just interchangeably awful? Please let me know if there's something I'm missing that's like, oh, no. They're very different. Anne says age. Janelle says I get them confused. You know what? At 1:42:30. I'm going to do both of them. I'll give 3 cards for each. Then we'll go on to Ron Johnson, who gets his own reading. Kristen has more news. Trump's attorneys implicated in a multi-state plot to copy voting machine data. Yes, and Jordan is drooling to be the chair of the Judiciary Committee. Ugh. Teresa Ford, the difference between them is the spelling of their names. Anne says Gosar was a dentist. Yeah, all right. All right, at 1:40, I'll make it 1:43. 1:43:30. Louie Gohmert and Paul Gosar. 3 for each. Donna Belfin says at least Gohmert's not in office anymore. He ran for Texas AG and lost. That's good news. So, loser Gohmert. And I'm guessing Paul Gosar is still in office. Arizona. Gosar. This feels like the truth raining on their parade. All right, Gohmert, who is no longer in office. Ace of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, completion. Whew. The thing about being strung up by your heels, which is what's happened to this person, it's almost like one of those traps you get in movies where someone's walking along and then noose wraps around their ankle and then they just whoosh, like that wouldn't completely dislocate your hip and other stuff. This can often be just like a change of perspective, but it can also be out of the blue, whoosh, just scooping you up, discombobulated. What just happened? So this is the start of a new thing. I don't know where he's working, but it's the start of a new thing. This is a 10 of Cups. This is completion. The other side won. You're done. But this is just then suddenly whoosh. So I'm getting for Gohmert. Gosar. Paul Gosar of Arizona. Oh, Arizona, Sun card. 5 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. This is just more him being caught up in the regular stuff that befalls the Republicans. Them being out in the cold. I don't have Major Arcana, so maybe it's not quite as bad for him. I don't know. Odd. Okay, so oops, quit that. All right. 8 of Pentacles, but right now I would think the Republican phone lines are kind of burning up, as it were. I know it's all on phone, it's all on cell phones, but just it's a metaphor. Let's look at Ron Johnson. 147. 7. Senator Ron Johnson. You're going to be held accountable for your part in. Well, the thing is, isn't Ron Johnson? Haven't they already seen him? Wasn't he involved in the elector scheme? I can't remember. Johnson. He is the Interdiva scumbag. Surprise! You don't need me to tell you that, but there it is. Communications, Ron Johnson. Oh, wow. I'm getting dizzy. I'm fine, by the way. The energy sometimes I get a physical sense. Dizzy. It's spinning. Everything's spinning. Everything happening too quickly. Like with that Hanged Man card. Trillium Terra says, I believe he was given some false elector stuff to hand to deliver to Pence, but Pence's aide declined to take it. Yeah, that's true. There was that. All right. Sleepless nights and worry. Knight of Wands. Yeah, he's definitely been out there. He pushing the conspiracy garbage. Working with other Republicans on their conspiracy garbage. And then I've got a big old Tower card, and I've got a 4 of Swords. This is not, something dramatic happens, and then it's all silent and everything. You can't tell anything. It's like the case against him disappears. No. This is bad. What did you do? Johnson, what did you do? Because I've got a big old Tower card. I've got a bolt out of the blue knocking you out of your tower. And the end of your legislative career. That's what this feels like. That's what this feels like right here. And again, I'm getting this bolt out of the blue, Hanged Man, dizziness, confusion. What? Wait, what's happening? What just? Mo Brook, got 2 more people to read on. 149.30. 149.30. I've got Representative Mo Brooks. 3 cards. World. The World card is an ending card. End of chapter, end of book, end of era. Moving from one era of life into another. Fool. Well, duh. 6 of Cups. 5 of Cups. He tried so hard to knock all this down. He tried so hard and he failed. Good. Doing something maybe you shouldn't have been doing, Mo? These cards are not good for you. They're more straightforward, but... And at 151.15... 151.15... Representative Marjorie Traitor-Greene. Are you going to be held accountable for your role in January 6th? And standing up there and saying, oh, I was supposed to organize something. I couldn't even find the bathroom in the Capitol. True story. And if Steve Bannon and I were really the ones that organized it, it would have succeeded and we would have been armed. And apparently she's since said, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean that literally, like that was the plan or whatever. We're trying to walk that back. Marjorie Traitor-Greene, are you going to be held accountable for your part in what happened around January 6th? Oh, Darren, another moon in Cancer. There are a lot of us. We flock together. 6 of Cups. She doesn't get under people's skin like she used to. Her co-workers, a lot of her shtick, they're like, yeah, seen it, whatever. I got stuff to do. It's not working like it was, for what it's worth. 6 of Pentacles. Please remember, she is actually quite wealthy. Her and her husband, soon to be ex-husband, they invested in a lot of businesses over time. 6 of Pentacles, Magician, 9 of Pentacles, Hanged Man again, Suspension, out of the blue. Tigress of Forley says water moons. Yep. Nancy Allen, moon in Cancer here. All right. 6 of Pentacles. She was coming into she was coming into office, but she was down for this anyway. We know that, and she thinks she is all of that. And like I'm serious. The excitement coming off of her. She's gonna be in. She's gonna go in. The Republicans are gonna be in charge. She's gonna do so much. And then I get this sudden out of the blue suspension. Strung up by her heels. And a whole lot of lies right here. Let's see if I can get any more. 3 more cards. See if I can get any more on this. Kathy Jalal says, "Sage at the ready. You'll need it after this." And I'm not even going to have time to go to cover everything today. There's astrology. There's giveaway stuff. There's all this just. But you get your stuff. Got cute cute things you can print out as postcards. I think you're going to like it. 7 of Pentacles. Again, fruits of labor. I was just going to do 3 cards, but she's just a muck that keeps on mucking. 8 of Swords. Page of Wands. 3 of Swords. King of Swords. Justice. Her communications, hemmed in by her communications, legal swords through the heart. I've got a prosecutor or a legislator, but it's next to the justice card. She's got trouble. Yeah. Hippie Gypsy says, it's so fun when we read the cards too and we get the same ones. All right. Well, it's 2:23. I've been gone for 2 hours, so a lot longer than normal. But I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm here 365 days of the year. We've got a lot to cover, a lot to go over. I do want to share with you some of the astrology stuff that's been going on, at least briefly. Excuse me. It shows kind of what we're going through now, but it also shows that the last few days of December, first few days of January, there's some astrological stuff in transits that may kind of stir things up a little, but on the whole, a lot of the worst aspects, a lot of the worst things in the chart for the US are actually they're starting to wane. I mean, we've been through them and now they're starting to move on. It's slow, but it's happening. So, but yeah, we've got to get through the end of this month, beginning of January, and we're going to, because we're in this together. We're in this together. You're not alone. And believe it or not, as frustrating as today is, there are good days ahead. There really are. All right. Even says I got Temperance, 2 of Swords, Hermit, and the Lovers card for Marjorie Taylor-Greene. Temperance, Marjorie Taylor-Greene, and it isn't so much what cards you get. That doesn't actually tell me much, because part of reading the cards is, what does it feel like it means to you? So it's what you think it means that matters. So, all right, hang in there. All right, and I will in an hour. In an hour, I will be over on the Creative Sprints channel. I have like 4 days to rebuild my entire website. It's a long story ish, and sure, because nobody has anything else to do in mid-December. It'll be fine. I'll be okay, but I need to do it. So, Darren says autumn is also very strong. Thank you. All right, so I'll be over on Creative Sprints. You're always welcome. Other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow, and next Monday for the hearing. I absolutely will be live for as long as it takes. So hang in there, everybody, and I'll see you later, or I'll see you tomorrow.